It's Joanne Hall, Creative Memories Advisor, and I'm back to talk to you about step 3 in the Finished in 4 series, and that's going to be your power layout stage. So, when we talk about power layouts, I'd like to tell people to think about the peanut butter and jelly of your albums. The peanut butter and jelly of your albums are going to be, I think about how I make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and I just layer it. I've got the bread, I layer it with the peanut butter, with the jelly, the other slice of bread, and then I've got a sandwich. And essentially, that's the way I want you to think about this stage of the album making process. So you've gathered and sorted your pictures in session number 1. You cropped your pictures in session number 2, and now you get ready to do a power layout. So it was suggested in your supply list that you purchase a power layout box and guides, and what that'll help you keep everything together in one spot while you're in the middle of your album making project. So you can easily gather things up, store them in the box, and then when you're ready to work on your project again, you can lay them out. So look at our power layout box and guides for this step in the album making process. So essentially what you're going to do is lay out your guides. You will have pre-sorted your pictures so that you know, or you have a vision of how you want those layouts to appear in your album. So now you're going to use those guides and you're going to group together the pictures and think of it as a 2-page spread. When you open an album, you're looking at the left side being page 1 and the right side being page 2, and that's what I refer to as a 2-page spread. So you want to go ahead and drop your pictures in there. You should have already gathered now, I should have said that initially, you want to have already gathered anything that you're going to need for this particular album making project. So that's going to be any papers that you selected for this project, any stickers, any embellishments, perhaps matte packs, those types of items are what you want to gather. Now, if you're just a beginner, that's not an invitation to run out and buy everything. You want to avoid doing that, because what tends to happen when you overbuy on your supplies with the thought process in mind that I might use this and I might use that, is it tends to bog you down. So when you come to this stage in any album making process where you're trying to gather your supplies, it makes it more difficult for you to find the things you need to complete this particular step in the album making process. So I am going to suggest to you that if you are a beginner, before you start gathering and collecting supplies, that you keep a vision in mind of the album projects that you wish to complete this year, because again, we're going to complete one a month for each of the months in 2021. Before you start gathering those supplies, talk to your advisor. If I'm your advisor, talk to me. But let's go ahead and figure out exactly what supplies you need first for this album project only. So this is the step where we're going to power lay out that. We're going to collect everything together. If in the past you've made some pre-decorated pages or you've got some borders that you may want to put in this project, go ahead and gather that as well. So this is a good opportunity to kind of weed down a little bit the supplies that you have, but I don't want you to get lost in the process of purging your supplies. You can gather with us another time, look for a workshop on organizing your supplies, and we'll give you suggestions on how to weed excessive inventory. But on this step, what you merely want to do is gather together the paper, the stickers, and the embellishments that you choose to use in this particular album project, and that's all we're going to focus on. So go ahead and lay that out. You should have an empty table. Your power layout guide should be laid out so that each of them appears to be a 2-page spread, and just kind of think about that as a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and go ahead and just layer on the pictures, the embellishments. Now, depending on the time frame that you have to work on this step, you may choose to actually start visualizing what the layout's going to look like, or you may just need to collect them for each layout so that you can work on them later on. Whatever step in this process you feel is more comfortable for you, because everybody's working at a different pace at this stage, but here on step 3 of the Finished in 4 series, where we're power layouts, you're gathering and putting together the paper, stickers, embellishments that you wish to be used in just this particular album project. When you're done doing that, you can stack them back together, put them in your box, and be waiting to prepare for the final step in our album making series, and that's going to be assembling the album. We'll be back. Thank you.